Okay, so here we have like a summary of the stages. We have the input and the output, which we said that these are stages of the teaching model. We have the spoken part. It's the way that the student receives information through listening or reading, and this is the written part. And we have the output, which they produce information by speaking or writing. We will see a chart, about a classification of language skills. We have here the input and the output, as we saw, and these stages have skills. We have the receptive skills, which is the way the student receives the information, and it can be by speech, if they listen and understand what they're hearing. It could be by written words, which is by reading and understanding what they're reading, and this is the simplex type. And we have the productive skills, which is, if it's by speech, is by speaking the language, and the other part is interpreting what they actually are speaking. And we have the written words, which is writing and translating, and these are complex types. We're gonna begin with the receptive skills. We have two parts of the receptive skills, the reading and the listening part. Reading, as we know, is when you read information, and listening when you hear something. These two things can be either instrumental and pleasurable. The instrumental part talks about information about a spot or something you wish to know. For example, instructions to set up a computer or to build something, and a brochure about the place that you're going on vacation, or about a product. So this is merely to get information about something. And the pleasurable part is when you read something for pleasure, like a magazine, or listening to a talk, or listening to music, or something that you really want to get in touch. We have soft skills that are under the receptive skills. For example, these are I'm gonna divide it in soft skills. This is in reading a text, but also when you're listening to something. I will show you this book. This is in Spanish, but this is a book that I use for the geography class, and I do a lot this with the kids. We have the first soft skill, which is identifying the topic, like getting to the idea of what they're talking about. Right now we are seeing geography of the world, so we get different countries. So to get into the idea, for example, of what country we're gonna see today, we have the predictive skills, which is what is being written or talked about. You tell them the topic, and they start making expectations about what they're gonna see today. Is it gonna be fun? Is it gonna be boring? We're gonna talk about the food, the music of the country. So they start making expectations. For example, at the beginning of the presentation, you use the predictive skills, like, oh my God, what she's going to talk about. Is it gonna be interesting? And stuff like that. We have the skimming skill, which is running your eyes. We do that a lot with the newspaper or magazines. We just pass through pages, and we don't actually read, but we run our eyes. Sorry, I forgot the word on the page. And actually we do that too with when we're looking for a CD. We just go like this, and we don't actually read what the city is saying or listen to every city. We have the scanning skill, which is searching for specific info. For example, in the reading, we do this a lot with homework. Like you have to write about certain things. So you go around looking for the topic and you don't read all the information, just the things that the teacher is asking you to. We have another soft skill, which is the extensive reading. When we read for pleasure, for example, when you read a story or an article about something you actually want to read, or a book or something like that. We have the intensive reading, which is when you read to understand the information. We do this when we have exams, like you know the topic and you read, really read about the topic so you can get 100. We have the interpreting text. Is when you read to understand beyond the meaning that at first sight you get. So it's to interpret what you actually reading or listening. And we have the inferring opinion or attitude. It's when you know if the author or the speaker is printing some approval on what he or she is saying. For example, on the reading, we can know if the character it's mad or it's happy because of the words that they use. Or when someone's talking, we can get the idea like, oh, he's mad, he's sad, he wants to scream, because we infer about the attitude or what the person is doing. They don't actually say if they're mad or angry or something. Well, sometimes they do, but most of the time we infer.